Welcome to Explore Music, where we will discover and learn about traditional and cultural music of specific regions or countries of the world. Today, we're exploring the music and dance of traditional Finland. Finland is a country on the eastern side of the Scandinavian peninsula, sharing its borders with Russia, Sweden, and Norway. Around 9,300 BC, Stone Age cultures began migrating northward out of the Baltic Slavic region. Just like the other Scandinavian countries, around 1000 BC, Finland had Uralic-speaking tribes from present-day Russia and Siberia settle in the area. In the 1100s, written records of Finland started appearing because of the Catholic Church's influence on its southwest region. The First Swedish Crusade, happening during the 1150s, is viewed as the time when the Catholic Swedes converted the Finns to Christianity. Most historians believe, though, that by this time, the region of Finns were mostly Christianized anyway. Finland is usually considered a Scandinavian country because of its geographic location, but Finnish as a language is a little different. Separate from Old Norse and Slavic languages, Finnish kept its distinct Uralic roots, making that aspect similar to Volga and Turkish regions. The people of Finland were mainly not of the Viking culture. Instead, they were three main cultural groups known as the Finns, Vastians, and Karelians. They did encounter the Swedish and Danish Vikings from raids on their coasts, and in 1249, Swedish regent Birger Jarl established rule over Finland, which lasted for the next 5 centuries. The Finnish War of 1808 resulted in Finland becoming a Grand Duchy of Russia until World War I. In 1917, Finland created their Declaration of Independence from Russia, although negotiations and territorial concessions occurred through World War II. Finland is very unique in its culture and history. The western side of Finland, close to Sweden, has had more of a Nordic influence in music. This type of music involves lots of open fourths and fifth intervals and may sound minor or modal to Western music listeners. The Kalevala is Finland's most prized piece of literature and was the inspiration for J.R.R. Tolkien's famous series, The Lord of the Rings. The Kalevala was compiled by Elias Lönnrot in 1849 when he traveled the countryside collecting Finnish folk songs and poetry. Rekelaulu, or Kalevala meter, follows the form of trochaic tetrameter. This means there is a long syllable followed by a short syllable 4 times in a line. The Kalevala meter has influenced many romantic and modern-era composers in Finland. The other type of music originating in Finland is from the Sami people. Lapland is the cultural region in the northern part of Finland. Here, the Sami people have their rich musical culture consisting of yoke, a spiritual improvisational song, and a few native instruments. One of the traditional Sami instruments is the fadno, a very unique reeded flute made from 1-year-old angelica plants. This instrument usually has 4 finger holes, but can have 3 to 6. The fadnos were often played with Sami drums and yoke. Sami drums are reindeer hides stretched over oval-shaped bentwood and usually heavily decorated. The Sami drums are either a bowl drum or a frame drum and have a long history of religious use to interact with the spirits. Finland's most well-known native instrument is the kantele. Finnish mythology has it that the first kantele was crafted by the demigod Vainamoinen out of the jawbone from a large pike and horsehairs. Kanteles are plucked or strummed, zither instruments, and the oldest kanteles had 5 or 6 strings. Modern small kanteles are considered to have fewer than 15 strings, while concert kanteles may have up to 40 strings. They are known for their distinct bell-like sound that legend says drew in every animal in the forest. The kantele's ringing sound quality is due to its construction of strung horsehairs on wood boards without using bridges, nuts, or frets. Through the 20th century, kantele playing became a more mainstream study area with the main universities being Sibelius Academy out of Helsinki. Kanteles have also been electrified, similar to guitars, and their sound continues to be explored. Another Finnic instrument is the Jouhikko. The Jouhikko is a 2 or 3 stringed bowed lyre originating in the Karelia region of present-day Finland and Russia. This instrument has the lower 2 strings droning, often tuned to a perfect 4th or 5th interval on D. The other string is fingered in the way of a scale to match the harmony of the other strings. There is no fretboard on this instrument, and the fingers themselves grasp the string through the hole to change the pitches. The last instrument I'd like to mention are the Finnish bagpipes, or the pili. The pili is a very primitive type of bagpipes with only 2 pipes and the blowpipe. In 1795, one traveler to Finland named Matthew Guthrie wrote of the undressed goatskin pili, nor can we take it upon us to say that the music of this mother bagpipe is much sweeter than the smell. Dance of traditional Finland has been heavily influenced by Nordic, Western European, and Slavic dances such as the polka, mazurka, waltz, minuet, schottische, and quadrille. In the late 19th and early 20th century, Finnish nationalism began to increase, contributing to uniquely Finnish dances, the humppa and the Jenkka. The humppa is related to jazz and foxtrot dancing, being performed in 2/4 or 2/2 time meter, from 220 to 260 beats per minute. The Jenkka is another quick partner dance very similar to the Bohemian-style schottische. Finland still has a very strong presence of polka in its music and culture today. The classical music scene in Finland started developing after Russia's annexation in 1809. Operas and public concerts became established in Finland's cities Tampere and Helsinki. In the mid-1800s, the German-born composer Frederick Possius wrote the first Finnish opera, founded the oldest active choir in Finland, and wrote Finland's national anthem titled Our Land. Finland's most celebrated composer is Jan Sibelius, born in 1865. Sibelius is known for writing inspirational and nationalist music such as Finlandia and Karelia music. These 2 works focused on the people, culture, and music of Finland and Karelia, later playing a role in Finland's independence from Russia. Leeve Madatoja and Toivo Kula, who both studied under Sibelius, became other renowned Romantic-era Finnish composers and conductors. Throughout the 20th century, Finnish choirs, operas, symphonies, orchestras, and universities sprung out of its independence from Russia. Although Finland was kept from autonomy for many centuries, it now has a distinct culture of the Scandinavian and Slavic countries surrounding it. Finland's music, since its independence, has expanded and attached to many genres. Popular music now and in recent decades consists of pop, metal, hip-hop, electronic, new age folk, rock, and jazz. Finland also has a notable presence of modern opera and military bands. Thanks for watching Explore Music Finland. For more information about Finland's traditional music, be sure to check out the links in the description of additional resources and footage. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Explore Music. You can also check out our website at exploremusiconline.weebly.com to contact and support us.